Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just saw Lockdown, a 2021 movie by Moses Nwang, and the movie is about six strangers that are forced into quarantine in an hospital. And when I saw the premise of this movie, I was immediately intrigued because I always like when stories are being told in one particular place, like when they put all the characters together in one place and just go crazy with it. So I was immediately hooked when I read the premise of the movie. So I watched the movie and I have to say this is one of the most well directed, well written Nigerian movie I've seen in a very long time. There are some flaws in it, yes, but still, like, I've watched a lot of Nigerian movies and this one just really stood out to me because of the directing and the writing. At a point, the writing became a bit off, but still it was very good. The way they wrote the characters to meet up together in the hospital was very well written. Like, they've just brought all the characters together in the hospital in a very generic way, but they didn't do that. They had like very unique reasons why the characters were in the hospital, and I loved seeing that. And it was so well directed. Well directed because of the camera, the way they used the camera. He used the camera to tell two stories. Like, how will I put it? He could just have easily used the camera to tell one story, then use the camera to tell another story, but he intertwines two stories together with the camera, and I love seeing that. Like, it's even made the movie much more immersive for me. Like, and the story is like a thriller, but it was also very funny, but not too funny that it took away from the message of the movie. It was funny with the right amount of funny, and I think because there were not much comic relief characters, there was only one main comic relief character, so it made the film feel more realistic. So it's just a comic character, a funny person being himself in a very tough situation, and he was not trying to be funny. He was just being himself, and being himself just made me laugh so much. Like, I appreciated the fact that that character was in the movie. And speaking of characters, some other characters were played by characters, like movie actors that I don't know, and that really enhanced the movie a lot for me, because I feel like if actors that I know, I've seen before, were in that roles, they would have made me typecast the character, and I would have just expected a certain thing from the character. Because I didn't know the actors that were in these roles, because I've not seen them before, it was able to keep my mind open and just be blown by their performance. The performances, especially by the actors that I didn't know, they were so good. And I like that they use actors that I didn't know, and I need to keep a lookout on those guys because their performances were phenomenal. I mentioned the movie is funny. The movie is very funny, but it does not take away from the tension, because there was a particular scene that was so tense. I was on my seat like, what the fuck? Don't do that. What the fuck is going on? Like, it was just so intense, and the comedy did not take away from it. They knew when to be funny and they knew when to be serious, and it made the movie really stand out for me. But there were still some issues, like some issues with the sound design. Like, you will get two characters talking, you will see one character's mouth just moving, but it was not as if the guy was talking. Then they added like voiceover. Maybe they had some issues when they were shooting the scene originally. Then later they now added another sound for the character that was talking, and it just felt like out of place. Like, you could even tell that something is wrong with this sound. The sound design was a bit off, but apart from that, it was still, the directing was very good. And my biggest issue with the movie, my biggest issue with the movie is the ending. And they say the ending makes the movie, but I feel like I can give this movie a pass because of how they told the story throughout. But the ending was like, it ruined it for me. And I feel like Nigerian movies have the tendency of always rounding up a movie and having to end it perfectly, and let the good characters have a good ending and the bad characters have like a tragic ending and all that stuff. But at the point, the ending just lost all logic, and I was like, is this the same movie I started watching? The ending just ruined it for me, and I wish so much that they didn't do the ending like that, because I really enjoyed the movie all through until the end. If I just think about the end, it just makes me sad that they ruined such a good movie. But all the same, it was a very good movie and I really enjoyed it up until the end. But I enjoyed the movie. So, have you seen Lockdown? What do you think about it? Comment down below and let me know. Peace.